One man on an island, one drop in the sea. All it takes to set a wave in motion is a single word in action, a hope that we can be the change that we've been longing to see. For our home, our land, our family, it's all within our reach. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
When the moments turn to hours and the day's last light is gone, look around us always and remember, there were times we were uncertain, but we just kept walking on. It's always darkest just before the dawn. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Our home, the home we share, where the garden always grows toward the light. Though the road ahead is daunting, I know we're gonna be alright.
See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead. We did it before, and we'll do it again. See this island, every grain of sand. Hear this anthem, it's the voices of our friends. Come whatever, on the road ahead.
We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to Basic Yoga Flow. My name's Pamela. Thank you. Okay, we will be getting started quite quickly. So before you do so, just stand by the usual props. Okay, whether it's two thick blocks or two thick books if you don't have blocks. And it would be great also if you have either a strap, something like that, or a towel. Okay, so we will be working on some hip poses and hamstring poses today. You might need to use the props, okay? And just remember to do whatever you can over the next 45 minutes. Okay, don't feel pressured to take the final option. And rest whenever you need to. You can take your child's pose, and once you're ready, just join us again, okay? All right, let's get started by lying down on your back. Okay, so before you lie down, just keep that either strap or towel within arm's length next to you, so you don't have to get up and get it again. And then just lie back down on your back. We're going to start with a supine butterfly. Okay, so you're going to be bringing the soles of your feet together to touch. Okay, draw your heels closer to your groin, keeping your knees wide open. Okay, and if you happen to have blocks with you and this is not exactly quite comfortable, you can always try to just support your knees with blocks. Okay, so you can probably use the second height, maybe lowest height. Okay, so I'm just going to do mine without the blocks. Take your time here, just find a comfortable position. You're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. And softly close your eyes. So just keeping this pose a bit more active by pressing your heels together and press your little toes down towards the floor. It's relaxing the space between your eyebrows and relaxing your jaw. Just let your body settle in as you arrive on your mat. Observing your breath moving in and out through your nose. Just keeping your breath smooth and slow. Okay, so perhaps practicing also same count breathing. So you could be taking 5 or 6 seconds to inhale and take the same amount of time to exhale. Can you also use this time to let go of any thoughts and any distractions? And just let the next 45 minutes be time to just focus on yourself, focus on your practice. And doing your very best to be both physically and mentally present on your mat. Couple more rounds here with your eyes still closed. Nice. On your next inhalation, blink open your eyes very gently. And so once your eyes are open, just bring your knees together to touch. You're going to continue with a supine twist. Okay, so stretching your arms out to the side. So if you have the space, you can go ahead and straighten your arms. Otherwise, cactus your hands. Moving the hips slightly to your right. Can you lower your knees down towards your left side? Okay, oops. Okay, so just drop your knees down towards the left. Hips shift slightly to your right. Pressing the back of your right shoulder down into the floor. So if you can, you want to bring your knees higher to your chest or belly. Nice. Now inhale back to center. Other side, moving the hips slightly to your left, lower your knees down to your right. Okay, so you can look past your left shoulder. Again, left shoulder, press it down into the floor gently. Nice. Now inhale back to center. From here, straighten your left leg down to the mat. Can you hug the right knee to your chest? Okay, so you're interlacing fingers around your right shin, knee to chest. Keep your collarbones broad and press the shoulders down to the mat. Okay, so with your left leg, just keep it active. I like to flex my foot, but you're welcome to either point or flank. Okay, and spread your toes. Nice. Can you shift your right knee towards your right armpit? So just a little bit different from what we just did. Knee to armpit. Your hips are still level. Nice. And to your half happy baby. Okay, so sole of your right foot facing upwards. Reaching for, if you can, the little toe set of your right foot with your right hand as I'm doing so. If you can't, you can always hold your ankle or even just press the back of your right thigh down. Okay, so right knee is bent like to a 90-degree angle. Can you start to just pull that right knee downwards towards the floor direction? So the knee is close to your ribcage, you're not pressing into your chest. And lightly resist this by pushing your right foot into your palm upwards. Now bend the left knee, cross your right ankle on top of left knee, flex your foot. Okay, figure 4. Bring your left thigh close to your chest. You're going to take your right hand through the gap between the legs and either hug your left shin or hug the back of your left thigh. Okay, so hugging left thigh to chest, keeping that external rotation of your right hip. Okay, so you're moving your right thigh away from your belly as you hug that left thigh closer. And start uncross your legs. Okay, let's repeat that same few poses on the other leg now. So straightening the right leg down to the mat. Hug the left knee to your chest. Again, so active right foot, point, floint, flex. Let's think about driving that right heel into the floor. And it says moving the left knee slightly to your left side. So bringing it closer to your left armpit. Half happy baby. Okay, so sole of your foot facing upwards. Left knee is like 90 degrees. Gently pull that left knee down. Okay, so I like to just keep my right hand on top of my right thigh. Just a reminder to keep your hip grounded. You're not lifting the bum off the floor. And as you pull your left knee downwards, lightly resist this again, pushing your left foot upwards into your left palm. Nice, now bend the right knee please and cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Flex your foot. Bring your right thigh close to your chest and take the left hand through the gap between the legs. Okay, so hugging your right thigh closer as you keep that left thigh away from your belly. Okay, so left foot stays flexed here. Spread your toes. Nice, now one more big breath. All right, uncross your legs. Nice, now take your strap or towel. Okay, so you're going to start with your right leg. Now before you do so, straighten the left leg down to the mat. Okay, so again, active left foot. Take the towel or strap around your right foot like that. Okay, so you're going to bend the right knee to chest and take the towel or strap around your right foot. From here, start to straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling. Okay, so right leg is straight. If you can, of course, you can maybe hold a shorter leg on the strap, rocking your hands down towards your right foot. If this is you today, again, just stay. All right, so just do your best. Straighten the right leg. Shoulders stay down on the floor. And then wherever you can, start to bring that right shin closer. Okay, so you're stretching the back of your right leg, right shin closer. Again, left foot is still active. Hold. Feel as though you want to kiss your right shin. Okay, so some of you might find this a little easier. You can always catch hold of your right big toe with your index and middle finger if it's accessible. Otherwise, use a towel or strap. Nice, now moving on. Okay, hold your strap or towel with your right hand only now. Left palm, again, place it on top of your left thigh bone. Start to lower your right foot down towards your right side. Okay, so again, the foot may or may not touch the mat. As you lower your right foot down towards your right, you're not lifting that left hip again. So use your left palm just to help you ground that left hip downwards. Right foot still stays as you are. Can you now shift your left foot towards the bottom left corner of the mat? Okay. Nice. Raise your right hamstring, right inner thigh. One more big breath here. Nice. To release the pose, bring your left foot back towards the middle of the mat. You're going to lift your right leg back upwards. Okay, release the strap or towel and slowly lower your right foot down. Okay, so same thing on the other side. Keep your right leg straight on the floor. Bend your left knee to your chest. Take the towel or strap around your left foot and start to straighten your left leg upwards. Again, so you're welcome to also hold your big toe if that's accessible. Okay, so left leg straight up. Nice, shoulders down the mat. Start to pull your left shin closer to your face. And then just hold here. Okay, spread your toes, shoulders down, collarbones broad. Nice, now hold the strap or towel with your left hand. Right hand on top of your right thigh bone. Lower your left foot down towards your left side. Okay, so don't worry if it's not super low. Important, you want to keep your hips level. Nice, and just a slight adjustment. Shift the right foot towards the bottom right corner of the mat. Very nice. Now come back to center. Bring your right foot back towards the middle. Lift the left leg back up towards the ceiling. Release your towel or strap. Slowly lower your left foot back down. Nice. Okay, hug both your knees into your chest. You can either rock back and forth or just roll to one side. Slowly rock up. And once you're here, let's all come into a tabletop position. Okay, so you're on all fours now, on your hands and knees. Okay, so stacking the shoulders on top of your wrists, knees in line with hips. Okay, spreading your fingers comfortably wide, just 4 rounds of cat and cow. On your next inhale, tilt your tailbone upwards, arch your back, draw shoulder blades closer together, look forward or look up. On exhale, tilt your tailbone downwards, round your back, spread the shoulder blades away from each other as you bring your chin to chest. Okay, 3 more. Again, moving with your breath. Inhale, tilt your tailbone upwards, arch your back. Shoulders away from ears. And on exhale, round. Press the floor away, chin to your chest. Nice, now 2 more. Inhale, arch your back. Tailbone lifts, shoulders away from ears. And on your exhale, round. Press the floor away, chin to your chest. Okay, last set. Inhale, arch your back. Tilt your tailbone upwards. And exhale, round. Press the floor away, chin to your chest. Coming back to neutral spine. Okay, once you're back in neutral spine, plank pose again. So just briefly in plank. Stacking the shoulders on top of your wrists, straight legs. Again, grip the mat. Press the floor away. Okay, and keeping your shoulder blades away from each other. So protraction. From here, lift your hips high as you find your first downward facing dog for this afternoon. So keeping the feet hip width, hands shoulder width. Push the floor away. Okay, you can either stay in stillness or just move in any way that you like in down dog. Okay, so some suggestions could be paddling your legs, bending one knee at a time as you press the heel down into the floor. You might also want to lift both heels up together as you lower your heels onto your right. And back to center, heels to the left. And come back to center. Okay, so if you have a bit tighter hamstrings, again, please just bend your knees instead of trying to straighten them and then rounding your back. Okay, wherever you are in your down dog, find stillness. Nice. Now from here, lift right leg up to 3-legged dog, please, straight leg. Okay, look forward at your hands. Exhale, step your right foot softly forward. So again, if the right foot doesn't come forward on the first try, just pick your right foot up with your right hand and shift your right foot forward. Nice. Now keep your left hand on the mat. Easy twist towards your right side. Stretch your right hand up. Again, so front knee points forward. Lift your back leg, hug inner thighs together. Nice. And maybe looking up at your right fingertips. Release your twist. Lower your right hand down. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift your chest up. So you can stay here for a moment with hands pressing to your right thigh. Or once you're ready, stretch both your arms up towards the ceiling. Okay, so you're sitting your hips down and forward. Squeeze inner thighs together and actively drag your right foot towards your left foot. Nice, now release your hands onto the mat. Half split. Start to straighten your right leg as you shift your hips back. Okay, so keeping hip bones even. So both hip bones are facing forward evenly. Flex your front foot. Okay, you might need your blocks here. So if your hands don't quite touch the mat, place the blocks on either side of your right leg. Okay, so you can use the lowest height, middle, or tallest height. Nice. On your next inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you're going to fold forward. So folding towards your right toes. Okay, so the action of tipping forward from your hips as you reach your chest forward. Maybe belly to your thigh if you can. You can't reach it, never mind. Okay, so front foot stays active. Drive down through your right heel. Nice. Now inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Rebend your right knee to ground your foot. Moving this into your lizard pose. Shifting the right foot about 1 or 2 inches out to your right side. Place your right palm inside of your right foot. Okay, so option 1, you stay here. You're on your palms. Option 2, if you can, again, you lower your forearms down to your block. Option 3, lower your elbows down to the mat directly. Okay, so just try to line up again your elbows with the middle of your right foot as you keep that front shin vertical. Now you can choose to stay here with left knee on the mat, or maybe tuck your back toes to straighten your left leg. Nice, okay, so that's option 1. Option 2. Nice, now try to squeeze that right knee closer to your right shoulder. Nice, now from here, hands on the mat. Take your time. Can we all step back? Plank pose, high push-up. Okay, so you're going to do 1 round of vinyasa together. Knees down to the floor. Slowly lower your whole body all the way down. Okay, so you're going to be bending your elbows. Elbows will be pointing backwards, not flaring out. And gently lower your whole body all the way down to your belly. Point your toes back. Shoulders away from ears. Inhale, lift up into a baby cobra. Okay, so it's a lower back bend. Hug elbows inwards. Push down through your thighs, top parts of your feet. Keep your collarbones broad. Nice. Now from here, press back into downward facing dog. Okay, hips go back up, go back and up, go back and up. Right, nice. Come back to inverted V shape. Again, so with your feet hip width, hands shoulder width, press the floor away. Okay, let's do everything on your left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Three-legged dog, straight leg. Look forward at your hands, step your left foot forward, softly. Nice, okay, so easy twist. Right hand stays on the mat, twisting towards your left on your exhale. Okay, so stretching the left hand up. Keep your right thigh lifted, squeeze in the thighs together. Nice, now lower your left hand down to the floor. Lower your right knee down. Anjaneyasana, inhale, lift your chest up. Again, so you're welcome to stay here. Just press your palms onto your left thigh. Maybe stretch your arms towards the ceiling. Again, so squeeze in the thighs, descend your hips, getting into that front part of your right thigh hip flexor, lengthen your upper body upwards. Now exhale, hands on the floor, half split, straightening your left leg. Okay, so again, as you straighten your left leg, you're shifting your hips back. Now, if you find yourself sitting on your right heel, okay, just shift the left foot forward more. Okay, so try to keep your right thigh vertical. Hands on blocks or hands on mat. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale, fold forwards. So folding forwards towards your left toes. Okay, keep your spine nice and long. Maybe belly to your thigh. Nice. Now inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Rebend the left knee to ground your foot. Lizard. Shifting the left foot 1 or 2 inches out to your left side. Okay, so place both hands inside of your left foot. Stay here, option 1. 2, again, you could use your blocks. Lower the palms down to blocks. Option 3, forearms on the mat directly. Okay, nice. Again, so front shin stays vertical. Squeeze that left knee in towards your left shoulder. You can stay here with right knee on the mat or maybe choose to lift your right thigh. Okay, hips are level. Nice. And think about just energetically squeezing your left heel towards your right foot. Again, so comes back to hugging everything towards the midline. Nice. Now push yourself back up. Come to plank pose. Hands on the mat. Step your left leg back. High push up. From here again, knees down to the floor. Lower the whole body all the way down. Lie flat on your belly. Point your toes back. Now option 2, take a second round of baby cobra. So you're a bit lower. Option 2, maybe come up a little bit higher. Okay, so micro bend your elbows, chest forward, push out through your thighs so you're not shrugging shoulders this way, shoulders back, and downward facing dog. Lift your hips back and up. Okay, just finding a moment of stillness in down dog. Before we move on to our next set of standing poses, again, so grip the mat, push the floor away, lengthening through your spine, up to your hips and down to your heels. Nice. Now from here, right leg lifts to a three-legged dog. Okay, you're going to do a variation here, scorpion tail. Okay, so step by step, just start to bend your right knee. Turn the hips a little bit towards your right side. So think about pointing your right kneecap up as you actively squeeze your right heel to your bum and try to level your shoulders more. Now exhale, square off your hips. Bring the right knee to your forehead or nose now. So just adding a little bit of core work here. Gently step the right foot forward between your palms. Okay, so just maintaining this distance between your legs. Then you start to straighten your right leg. Okay, so I'll just repeat that again. So bent knee, just straighten your right leg. Back heel can stay lifted. Right leg straight. Again, if you need to, grab your blocks. Okay, so place your blocks on either side of your right leg. Nice. Okay, so from here, take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forwards. So as you're folding forwards, and keep your spine long. Again, doesn't matter if your belly is nowhere near your thigh. If you can, go closer. Driving down through that right heel, drag your right foot back energetically. Nice, okay? So getting to the back of your right leg. Nice. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Okay, so without coming up, just going to do a transition now to Prasarita, wide leg forward fold. So you're going to turn your feet towards the left side edge of the mat. Okay, so you don't have to move. I'm just going to turn around so I can see you. Okay, so feet towards the left side edge of the mat. Parallel your feet. You can turn the little toes in slightly. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Okay, so as you're folding forwards again, so it's the action of tipping forward from your hips, maybe bringing the crown of the head closer to the floor. So if your hands can't touch the mat, grab your blocks, place your palms on blocks. Think about shifting the weight forward more towards your toes. Hands, you can just explore, just walk your hands back so they line up with your feet. Lifting the hips a little bit higher. Those of you who already have your head resting nicely on the mat, just try to shorten the distance between your feet slightly. Nice, now inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Pause here. You're going to take our time to come up. Hold your hips with both hands. Push down through your feet as you keep your ribs in and belly in. Slowly rise back up. Once you're upright, can you turn your heels in this way? Okay, so preparing for goddess pose. Feet turned out about 45 degrees. Bend your knees and come in a nice low squat. Okay, so your thigh bones are wide open. Knees on top of ankles. So everyone's goddess might look a little bit different. You could be shortening the distance. You could be widening, maybe turning your toes in out or more. Okay. Option 1, stay here. Hands can rest on your thighs. Option 2, stretch your arms towards the ceiling. Okay, so sit the hips a little bit lower. Ribs and belly in. Here, just going to hold here for 3. Okay, nice. For 2, just check it that your knees are in line with your second toes as well. And for 1, hands back to hips. Transitioning to a high lunge. Okay, so carefully, as you turn your right foot forward, back leg, you're going to pivot onto the ball of your left foot to lift your left heel up. Okay, so feet more hip width now. You might shift the right foot slightly to your right. Okay, so hip width meaning right heel lines up with right hip, left heel with left hip. Hip bones facing forward. Stretch your arms up. Okay, so reaching out through your fingertips. Hug inner thighs together. Descend your hips. Straighten that back leg. Okay, so really push down through the ball of your left foot. Nice. Now hands back to hips. Slowly setting up humble warrior. So your left leg now, can you just ground your back foot carefully? Okay, so back foot might be turning forward about 45 to 60 degrees to the front. Hips still facing forward. Interlacing the hands behind your back. So if you can, even the heels of your palms are touching. If this is too much for your shoulders, hold a strap. Nice. Now from here, inhale, lift your chest, gentle back bend. Exhale, we're going to bow forwards. So as you're bowing forwards, you're not going to stop here and rest on your right thigh. You're going to try to bow inside of your right thigh. Okay, so maybe this is your maximum today, you stay. If you can do a little bit more, think about bringing the front of your head to touch the mat inside of your right foot. Okay, no, it's not an easy pose to hold. Okay, so right knee is pointing forward. Keep that external rotation of your right hip and start to stretch your knuckles towards the ceiling. Okay, so right knee is tracking right second. So hold here, press down evenly on both feet, drag your heels together. I know that's a bunch of cues to absorb. Just absorb what you can. Nice, now look forward halfway. Hands on the mat, inside of your right foot. Lower your left knee down to the floor. Okay, so we're back to this lizard shape. Okay, so if you need to, please pat your left knee with a towel. We're going to stay here for a short while, or a pretty long while. Bend your left knee now. Reach your right hand back. Okay, so opposite hand. Right hand reaches back. Grab hold of the little toe side of your left foot. Once you have that foot, start to squeeze the left heel to your bum. Okay, so think about reducing that gap between your heel and bum. As I curl that right shoulder back. Nice, a little twist towards your right side. And again, energetically squeeze your right heel towards your left knee. Okay, thigh stretch. Re-straighten your left leg. Place both hands onto the floor. You're going to step back to a plank. Right leg steps back. High push-up. Once you're back in plank pose, again, knees down to the floor. Just lower your whole body all the way down. Point your toes back. Hands on the mat next to your chest. You're going to roll up into a cobra. Again, so lifting chest. Elbows micro bend. Press down through your thighs. And hips back and up. Downward facing dog. Nice, okay, so just get in your down dog. Take this time to just check in with your breath. And just notice that you're still trying to back and up, energetically stretch the mat longer between your hands and feet. Nice, can we do the other side now? Inhale, lift left leg up. Three-legged dog. Scorpion tail, bend your knee. Okay, so you think about turning hips towards your left. Squeeze left heel to bum. Press the floor with your palms, level your shoulders. Exhale, square off your hips. Left knee to forehead or nose. Step your foot forward softly between your palms. Pyramid pose variation. Straightening your front leg. Again, so hips are even. Both legs straight. If you need to, your hands can be on 2 blocks. Take a breath here. Inhale. And exhale, fold forwards. Okay, so folding towards your left toes. Okay, so left leg is straight, but not hyperextending your left knee. Again, keep a soft bend in your knee. Again, actively drive down to your left heel. Drag your left foot back energetically. Nice. Now inhale, halfway lift. Again, so without coming up, transition towards the right side edge of the mat now. Again, let me just turn around. So your toes will be pointing towards the right side edge of the mat. Keep your feet parallel to each other. On an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forwards. Okay, so second round in this wide leg forward fold. If you can now for this second round, maybe just explore. Are you able to catch hold of your respective ankles with your hands? And just start to bend your elbows out sideways. Draw the shoulders away from ears. Maybe bringing the crown of your head closer to the floor. Again, if this is not available to you, just keep your hands on the mat. In whatever variation you're in, again, you want to be shifting the weight forward. And with your legs, you're pressing them down and actively hugging your heels together. Nice. Now inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Pause here. Hands back to hips. Push down through your feet. Keep your ribs in, belly in, and rise up. Once you're upright, goddess pose. Turn your heels in with your feet again about 45 degrees. Turn out to the side. Bend your knees and come into a nice squat. Okay, so thighs wide open. So the hips a little bit lower. Again, you're going to think about lengthening your tailbone down. Keep your ribs in, belly in. Same option, either keep your hands on your thighs or just reach your arms towards the ceiling. Okay, so active hands, stretch up. Sides of your waist long. Get a hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Hands back to hips. High lunge. Okay, so you're going to be turning left foot forward. At the same time, pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Lift the heel up. Okay, so hips facing the front. Feet hip width. Bend into your left knee. Straighten your right leg. Stretch your arms up. Hey, again, just stay here. Breathe. Just noticing the quality of your breath. Hey, if it's a little bit hurried, just try to slow it down. Nice. Now hands back to hips. Humble warrior. Again, just setting up the pose step by step. Right foot, ground your back foot. Okay, so about 45, 60 degrees to the front. Feel free to shift the left foot a tiny bit towards the left side if you want to. Interlacing the hands behind your back. Inhale again, lift your chest. Exhale, you're going to bow forwards. So fold inside of your left leg. I know again, so don't just stay here, hang on your left thigh. Try to bow forward. So folding inside of your left thigh. Reaching the crown of your head closer to the floor. Well, at least that's the general direction where you're going. Again, you want to stretch your knuckles overhead, maybe towards the ceiling, maybe towards the front of the mat. Okay, just think about pointing left knee forward. And if you can, actively again, squeeze your left hip back towards your right foot as you stay in this pretty challenging pose. Hold. Nice, now look forward halfway. Place both hands on the mat inside of your left foot. Lower the right knee down to the floor. Okay, so take this time to pat your knee if you need to cushion your knee. Bend your right knee, reach your left hand back. Hold the little toe side of your right foot. Okay, so you want to squeeze the heel closer to your bum. Pull that left shoulder back. Just a little twist towards your left side. And again, energetically drag your left heel towards your right knee. Nice, now re-straighten your right leg. Place both hands on the mat. Step back, plank. You guessed it, plank pose. Once you're back in plank, knees down to the floor. Gently lower your whole body all the way down. Lie flat on your belly. Point your toes back, cobra. Roll shoulders back, inhale, lift. Again, so in your cobra pose, you think about lifting chest forwards and upwards. Energetically drag your palms back towards your feet. Nice, now press your hips back and up. Downward facing dog. Nice. Now once you're back in down dog, lower your knees down to the mat. Sit back on your heels. You're just finding a moment in child's pose. So feel free to take your knees a bit, your knees a bit wider, big toes touching. Sit your bum back towards your heels and rest your forehead on the mat. Okay, so this is your resting pose. Nice. Just a couple more breaths here in child's pose. Nice. Now, if you need more time in child's pose, you're welcome to stay. Otherwise, just walk your hands back towards your knees. Sit upright. Bring your knees closer together. So if you can, continue to stay in this kneeling pose. If it's too much for you, let's sit on the mat. Find a comfortable cross-legged shape. Okay. Otherwise, in a kneeling pose. Nice. Now from here, cactus your hands. Okay, let me just turn around to face you. So kneeling or not, cactus your hands. Let's take a Garudasana bind. Crossing your right hand on top of your left. Okay, so right arm on top of left. Option 1, you might just want to stay here, hold on to opposite shoulders. Option 2, single bind. Okay, so single bind, you're going to press the back of your hands against each other. Option 3, a double bind would be, with your palms still facing outwards, wrap your wrists around each other. Okay, gently lifting your elbows up. With hands away from your face, shoulders down away from ears. Nice, you're going to add on. So keeping your hands as they are, start to tilt your forearms down towards your right side. Okay, so those who are holding opposite shoulders, can I just get you to maybe just find this X shape? Hands doesn't really have to touch. Okay, and then again, you want to be tilting both your hands down towards your right. Now, as you tilt your forearms down towards your right, keep that left shoulder even with your right, so it's not going higher. Spine is long. Nice, and start to lower your head down towards your left shoulder. Okay, so the hands and head, they're moving in opposite direction. So it's not a big movement. Okay, you're feeling that nice stretch on the right side of your neck. Nice, come back to center. Release your bind, cactus, other side. Left hand crosses on top of your right. Again, maybe shoulders, maybe a single bind, maybe a double bind. Lifting your elbows up slightly with hands away from your face and shoulders down. Okay, so nice neutral spine. Nice, now start to lower forearms down towards your left. Okay, so right shoulder stays level with your left. And lower your head down towards your right shoulder. So as though you want your right ear to touch your right shoulder. Okay, noticing that stretch on the left side of your neck. Nice, now inhale back to center. Release your hands. One more seated pose. Place your right hand over your left knee. And place your left hand on your sacrum for now. Okay, so let me just turn to the side. Okay, so right hand over left knee, left hand on sacrum. Take a breath here. Inhale, lengthen. So sit up taller. Exhale, you're going to start to twist towards your left side. So as you twist towards your left, right hand is pressing into your left thigh resisting this. Spine is long, ribs and belly in. Now option 1, stay here. Left hand on your sacrum. Option 2, maybe lower your left fingers down to the mat. Okay, so your hand should be in line with your spine here. Now sit up a little bit taller. With every inhale, you lengthen. With every exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. If it's accessible, look past your left shoulder. Nice, now release your twist, look forward. Other side, so left hand over right knee. Right hand on your sacrum for now. Take a breath here, inhale. And on your exhale, gently twist towards your right side. Okay, so sit up taller. Left hand is pressing to your right thigh resisting this. Again, option to stay here. Hand on your sacrum. Option 2, reach your right fingers down to the floor. Okay, so you can just stay light on your right fingers. Nice, spine is long. Okay, with every inhale, you find length. With every exhale, maybe deepen your twist. Nice, and release your twist. Look forward. Okay, if you're in a kneeling position, just shift the weight to one side. If you're cross-legged, can you get you to uncross your legs and place both your feet in front? Okay, so feet about hip-width distance, parallel to each other. Hands on the mat behind your back. reverse tabletop. Okay, so typically your fingers will be pointing forward. If you need to adjust by turning your hands out slightly, go ahead. Okay, so take the option that suits you. From here, think about pressing down through your feet and your palms. Start to lift your hips. Okay, so you're not staying here. Lift your hips, push down through your feet more, press down through your hands. So strong hands like you're doing a plank pose, reverse tabletop. Okay, and your knees are not flaring out wide. Feel as though you have a block between your legs. You're squeezing that imaginary block. Okay, so lining up your knees with your hips, with your chest, shoulders. Now you can either keep your head up or drop it back gently. Nice, okay, so strong hands. One more big breath here. Nice, slowly lower your body back down to the floor. Nice, okay, so with your knees still bent, lie down onto your back. Bridge pose. So it's the same, similar action of lifting again. So feet parallel to each other and hip width. Push down through your feet. Start to lift your hips. Lift the lower back, upper back. Lift your chest towards your chin. Nice. And hand you now interlace the fingers beneath your back. Roll your elbows and arm bones closer together. Nice. Okay. And you're driving your feet down into the floor and energetically forward. Lifting the chest up a little bit higher. And same thing like you have a block between your thighs. Nice. Slowly release. Lower your body back down to the mat. Once you're back onto the mat, nice. Can you now cross your right thigh on top of your left? Okay, so we're finding eagle legs now. Let me just shift down a little bit. Okay, so right thigh over left. Again, you can either stretch your arms out sideways with straight hands or cactus. Moving the hips slightly towards your right first. Twist. Drop your knees down to the left and look past your right shoulder. Okay, so pressing the back of your right shoulder down to the floor. If you want to, you can rest your left palm on top of your right thigh. Okay, keeping the sides of your waist on the right side. If possible, bring the knees in closer towards your chest or belly. Nice, and release your twist. Back to center. Switch sides. Left thigh crosses on top of right, so eagle legs. Again, moving the hips slightly to your left. Twist, lower your knees down to your right side. And look past your left shoulder. Okay, so pressing the left shoulder down to the mat. Again, if you can, bring your knees closer to your chest or belly. Nice, now bring your knees back to center. Uncross your legs. Hug both your knees into your chest as you wrap your arms around your shins. Okay, so holding on to opposite elbows or forearms. Gently lifting your head as you bring forehead or nose to your knees. Okay, so giving yourself a final squeeze. And let it go. Shavasana. Straighten your legs. Separate your feet to mat width distance. Hands away from your body with your palms facing upwards. Close your eyes. Just letting your toes fall sideways. Let your fingers curl naturally. If you want to, you can take the towel to cover your eyes at this point, so block out any light completely. Relaxing once again the space between your eyebrows. Relaxing your jaw. Unshrug your shoulders. Just letting go of your practice as you allow your body to be completely still, completely present, not falling asleep. As you allow your body to absorb all that you've done in the past 45 minutes. And you can either continue to take a longer Shavasana. I would highly recommend that if you have time at home. Otherwise, start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Bring your legs together to touch. Stretch your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers and flip your palms upwards. Point your toes and stretch like you just woke up. And on your exhale, release. Bend both your knees. Roll over to your right side for a very short while. Okay, so you could be resting on your right upper arm in a fetal position. Take your time, push yourself back up to any comfortable seat facing the front. Okay, you can either rest your hands on your knees or join me in Anjali Mudra with hands together to touch at your heart center. Bringing the awareness back to your body and back to this present moment on your mat by blinking your eyes open very, very slowly. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me in class today. Okay, so for today's practice, we did try a little bit more slightly, I would say, funkier transition. So we'll continue to work on that as the weeks progresses. Okay, thank you. Have a great weekend ahead. I'll see you next week. Bye.